Hello, my name is Louise Griffith, and I am the author of You Are Worth It, 52 Weeks to Honoring, Loving, and Nurturing Your Soul. The inspiration for me to write this book happened some years ago when I was actually exercising at Curves. And a younger woman to my left told me that she had lost 65 pounds so far that year. And being curious, I asked how this happened at this time in her life. And her response to me was profound. She said she awakened one morning and just decided she was worth it. And so that stayed with me for like days. It just would not leave. And I decided that she had given me a huge nugget for life. If you don't think you're worth it, and I don't think I'm worth it, whatever our it may be, it may never happen. It may never happen to the level that it can, or as soon as it can. And so that's when I began my journey of thinking about knowing that it's important that we think we're worth it, whatever our it may be. Losing weight was her it. And I'm going to ask you, what is your it at this time in your life? So the book came together in a way that I'm very pleased about. I started off with mind maps, just what would 52-week topics be? And it evolved to a point where I'm like proud of it, and I've gone through it with others several times, even though I'm the author. And every week is short. So just a short amount to read, and then there's a section, You Are Worth It, Next Steps, with, one is Evaluate Your Self-Care. What you know is life-giving to your self-care at this moment. They're just short questions. So anyway, I am excited about this book. I'm excited that you're interested in reading it. And I really recommend that you go through it once so you get the whole idea of the book, and then, without doing any exercises, and then go back and do just 1 week at a time. We have so much going on in our lives that just 1 week and thinking about it is really a great idea. Plus, I recommend that you do it with a friend because you get different perspectives. So please know that I'm happy that you are part of my life, and remember that you are worth it.
My name is Joann Finch. I own a company called Marketing Dish, and like most of you, I'm a busy professional. I love Louise's book because, number one, it made me stop and think about my life, what was important to me, and it made me highlight the things I wasn't nurturing about my own soul. Louise's book is easy to read. It's chunked down week by week, so it's not a lot of time, but it does encourage you to answer the right questions for yourself. And for me personally, it really helped me look at maybe what was standing in my own way, what were my limiting beliefs, and how was I going to change them in order to change the outcomes of my life. So thank you, Louise. I encourage any of you to pick up this book and really jump into it, because as Louise says, if you don't honor your soul, who will?
Hi, my name's Reena Yousome, and I participated in a conversation circle with Louise Griffith and probably 8 other lovely women, and we went through this book called You Are Worth It, which is 52 Weeks of Honoring, Loving, and Nurturing Your Soul. And what Louise Griffith did is she picked out several weeks, and what I did as a result of that, so in each of these weeks I had a little card that I would write down the focus, which is choose your story, and then there were several questions that you had to answer, and I would kind of go through and I would answer them. And for this one specifically, it's what I was not going to do is not let people or circumstances make me disorganized inside. And I went through the chapters in the book and put them on these cards so I could keep them with me. So there's 52 weeks here, and the week that helped me the most was setting boundaries, and it has been really incredibly pivotal for me because I didn't really know what a boundary was, and that might sound kind of silly to you, and it might sound like I'm late to the party, but I know what expectations are, and I know that you expect people to follow through on certain expectations. But as far as not allowing them into my world, that was something that I had never really experienced. And it has been really helpful for me just to understand that concept and work with Louise and the wonderful women who have been in her conversation circle to really focus on what that means. And it's been really transformative to me. So I hope you too will take a minute to at least look at her book and look at what the 52 weeks, the questions that it asks you to look at and revisit in your life. And you'll find some weeks that are really easy to answer and others that you're like, oh my God, I never even thought of that. So that's what I have to say about this, and you are worth it. So thank you.
My name is Georgina Madden, and You Are Worth It was a really important gift for me, and actually a companion for a year of my life. Maybe like many others, I spent 30 years of my life taking care of other people, taking care of my family and my children and my professional career and my clients. And then I found myself at one point an empty nester and divorced. And for the first time, I had the opportunity to really take care of me, to get to know myself again. And that is when You Are Worth It fell into my lap and gave me a whole year of, I would say, mindful self-awareness of, the messages that I gave to myself. It reminded me of a book that I read called The Four Agreements, and one of the agreements was to be impeccable with your words. And one of the things that You Are Worth It gave me was to be really impeccable with the words that I use for myself, to really just be my own best friend. So I, of course, this journeyed with me for a year, and I felt like I found myself. I honored, loved, and nurtured my soul, exactly what it says here. I ended up buying multiple copies to give to all of my friends and my family and my children, really multi-generational. This is, I think, a journey that's worth taking for no matter what your age or stage of life is.